We're at the Winter Haven Garden Center for the annual Spring Flower Show, and we're going to take you on a tour of what they're showing this year. It promises to be an interesting segment. It is often said that love and music are languages with no borders. Each are appreciated at face value throughout the universe. The same may be said for flowers. From the most affluent countries to those ravaged by war and famine, flowers hold a special meaning. They're given as gifts, used in home decorating, appreciated for their beauty, and loved by all. Let's take a peek at how flowers are regarded by those in foreign lands. That was the sign that greeted visitors to this year's show, and we spoke to Linda Howard, show chairman, about the event. And tell me, first of all, what is the theme of this year's show?
Around the World in Flowers.
And what exactly are you trying to portray with this particular concept today?
We're trying to teach the people how flowers are used in different countries and how we as Americans interpret it.
Now, can you tell me some unusual things that are being seen here for the first time this year?
Yes, we have a cave that we're standing outside of. It is normally our storage room, and we have put frames on black tables, and we have draped everything in black cloth to give the illusion that the frames are floating. And then the arrangements within the frames are on monofilament, and they are moving.
That is unusual.
And then we now have a men's garden club with us for the first time, and so they came in to help us with a lot of things that before we would have been unable to do. And we put one of our classes in a closet. Now, a woman would clean a door, but a man removes the door, which is what they did. So we put him back there, and they also built the geodesic dome, which is in front of us, which the women could not do.
How many clubs are involved in this council?
There are 7.
What exactly are you trying to tell people? Obviously that you do more than just arrange flowers, right? What is the concept of the Garden Council and the various clubs?
All right, well, we feel that most people, the public, think that we sit around and grow flowers and arrange them, when actually we go out into the public and try to serve them in civic ways, civic projects, garden therapy. We go to the schools, we teach the children how to plant, what to plant, when to plant. We go into the penal systems and we help there. We go into the hospital. We decorate the medians on roads as they are built. We try to get people to replace trees that are being cut down by starting and replacing them ourselves. We handled the Chamber of Commerce this year. So, you know, we do many civic projects. And
now, you mentioned the penal system. What do you do there?
we actually will go and teach them to grow things and how to plant and how to appreciate nature.
Now, I understand the Garden Center building is available for various clubs to use on a rental basis. Is that true?
It's available to the public for weddings or any functions, private parties, whatever.
And if they wanted to contact someone regarding renting the center for their particular function, who would they contact?
They just call the Garden Center Monday, Wednesday, or Friday between 9 and 12. There's someone here all the time during those hours.
Is there anything unusual that may have happened in this year's event? Maybe thinking back over what has transpired up until actually bringing the show together today?
Something unusual?
Uh-huh.
We've never had a geodesic dome.
Okay. How long does it take to get organized for an event like today's event?
Over a year.
So you've already started on next year's, I bet.
Yes. As you become chairman, and as the chairman goes out, the co-chairman comes in. So obviously you start to get your ideas and your plans. You see where mistakes are made and where positive things have been done.
How many people are you expecting to go through the show this year?
We would hope any place between 600 to 800 to 1,000.
Next, we have the pleasure of speaking with Joanne Zessiger, Winter Haven Council President. Are you happy with the show here today?
Beautiful show, and we're happy everyone's here.
Now, I understand you've got a gala coming up that's a fundraiser. Tell me about that, when it's going to be held and how much it is and where it's going to be.
Well, it's going to be held right here. We're going to have the grounds all beautiful and growing. It's $25 per person, and it's an elegant cocktail party.
And it's going to be held in May.
May 17th.
Right here at the Garden Center. Okay. What else do you have coming forth? You mentioned another event that's also involved in fundraising.
Well, we have an annual fundraising project in the fall. In the past, we've had Thieves Market. We might have something at Christmas time for the council, all 7 clubs. Of course, the clubs individually have their own fundraising. And this might be a Christmas boutique of some sort.
Okay, let me ask you this. Have you got a display in today's event?
Yes, I do have.
And what is that consisting of today?
Well, this is an invitational, which is out in the lobby.
Mm-hmm.
And it's right nice.
Okay, well, I imagine the president would have something right nice. I notice you're holding a pretty flower here. What is that?
Well, this is a chrysanthemum, and it's serving as my security blanket.
We walked out into the lobby where 2 young ladies were greeting visitors to the show, and we spoke there to Edith Hester, co-chairman, who told us she was pleased with this year's theme, Around the World in Flowers.
I was absolutely pleased with it because both my husband and I like to travel very much. And we have lived abroad, so I think it meant a great deal to me to have a theme having different countries involved in it. And one of the other things I'd like to say is that flower arranging is an art, like painting, like music, and that I have found that transcends any ideologies, any countries, any lack of language. You can always communicate with flowers.
We decided to go upstairs at the Garden Center to see the displays up there, and when we did, we were able to speak with Sissy Richardson. She was the staging co-chairman of this year's show. What room are we in now?
Well, this room is staging for the youth groups that have participated, and also we have an educational division where we hope to give the public an opportunity to learn a little more about what our garden clubs do, and more specifically what individual garden clubs in our council do.
And just in general, what is involved in staging an event like this?
Well, basically, we have to have a floor plan where the public can come in, view our artistic arrangements, our horticulture, see what we have done in the various ways to display our artistic talents.
After looking over the beautiful displays upstairs, including some of those in the student category, we thought that it would be interesting to find out just exactly what is involved in judging a show such as this. And we had the good fortune of chatting with Master Judge Carolyn Green.
Well, this is a creative design to start off with in the creative class, Tour of the Middle East. And as I said, it's creativity, and that's the first thing you look for in a design, in creativity, if it is creative. And this is a very creative design. It has numerous pieces of plant material, different plant material, which makes it nice. Has a protea in the middle that sort of catches your eye, but it doesn't stop there. It goes right on up into the design and just makes it a very neat design.
Okay, and this was the second place Flower Show Award winner. And now, if we may, we're going to move over to what was the first place award, and tell us, if you can, exactly what makes this a first place award.
Distinction. It's different uses of plant material here. You have, being it's in the Middle East, I think she has picked the war area. I'm not certain. I cannot read her card. But she has, up into her design, she has used barbed wire, which you have found, in your war sections. And she has very distinctive materials in here, and that is what you do look for in judging in the class of distinction. She also won the Creativity Award, which is the most outstanding design in the show, in the creativity classes.
Okay, just in general now, what are some criteria that any judge would look for at any show?
Any show, in a design.
Mm-hmm.
Neatness. You look that it's been well executed. Your mechanics do not show. By mechanics, I mean needle holder, which holds your plant material, is not just sitting there out bare and wire showing. that's awkward looking, and it's just, that's mostly what you do look for, though, is distinction, design, and well placed in the niche, you know, that at the best angle.
Okay, now we're looking at Florence Cloud, her exhibit. She's with the Garden Club of Winter Haven. And you are with which garden club?
Garden Club, Camellia Garden Club.
Okay, thank you so much for talking with us.
Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed our visit to the annual Spring Flower Show held at the Garden Center.